You guys can see we're joined by Houston Dash Captain Jane Campbell. I'll go ahead and kick things off, and then please use the raise my hand option if you have any questions for Jane. So Jane, we'll start with opening remarks following today's victory here against Chicago.
I thought it was a great game. Really happy to get 3 points on the road. It's not easy playing here, especially with the wind and the rain that came through the second half. So, really proud of the group. It was not probably the prettiest game ever, but I'm really proud of the group to get a big 3 points on the road and ready to head home for Friday.
Thank you for that. We'll go with Dustin. Go ahead.
Hey, Jane, congrats on the win.
Thanks.
Hey, Paige made that error that led to the first goal. Then she comes right back just minutes later and scores the equalizer for you guys. How important is Paige to this team, just her veteran and her leadership?
Yeah, Paige is crucial. I mean, she's had such a stellar end of her career, and we're lucky to have her on our side of things nowadays. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to put the mistake on her. Maybe I didn't shout loud enough, and she didn't know I was there, kind of thing. So I don't think it should be all on her. But we knew coming in Chicago was going to capitalize, especially on their transition. They've got a pretty lethal front 3 to 4 players. So they capitalized, and but I think in the grand scheme of things throughout the whole game, I think regardless of mistakes, I think it's how we react. And Paige definitely put the team on her back, essentially a minute later and put in a goal for us to even it back out again. So I thought that was really great of her and, just such composure from her. And we all make mistakes, but it's all about how we respond and have each other's back.
And first win for Fabrice. I know he will probably not, take a lot of the credit, but just as the players, what does it mean for you guys to give him a win?
Oh, it's huge. I think, yeah, he's probably definitely not going to make a big deal out of it, but we're really, really just proud of him and proud of the whole staff. And it's only the second game of the season, so we've got a long road, and hopefully there'll be many more wins. But I think we're all just so happy for him, and it is at the end of the day his very first win as a head coach, and we're honored that he's here with the Houston Dash and repping our colors. So really proud of him, and just really proud of the group. To be fair.
Thanks, Shane.
Juan, go ahead.
Hello, Jane. Just wanted to get your thoughts on the performance from Maggie Graham coming off the bench. She's the first player in NWSL history to get her first 2 career goals and 2 sub appearances. So we'd love to get your thoughts on her performance today.
Yeah, Maggie's been she's been awesome. She's been a really, really good ad for us. And a young player like that, it's not a sink or swim moment for sure, but it's definitely, high pressure. And for her to come in for the first game and punch in a goal, and then for this game, I think it was almost instant impact that, she subs on and not many seconds later she scores. So I think for us, she's going to be a huge player, not just this year, but for years down the road. And she's going to have an incredible career if she keeps going down this path. And we're lucky to have her and happy that she's in the squad for sure.
So my last question here, just kind of your observation on the style of play today. I noticed after the second goal, you guys didn't shrink. As a matter of fact, you guys started to play a little bit quicker. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on, how that kind of went about from your perspective.
Yeah, I think the conditions today were just a bit tough, probably for both teams. I mean, the wind was really a factor in either of the halves, depending on which side you were on. And I think at halftime, Coach Fabrice made sure to say that we do want to play, but at the same time, we have to manage the wind. And then obviously the rain came, so it wasn't the best conditions to play like the prettiest football. But I think credit to the people who subbed on our squad. I think when they came on, it just the level never really dropped. It just, like you said, it kind of just kept leveling up. And for us, that's the most important thing that's going to occur for all 90 minutes is that how can we maintain or even level up the game? And, especially having and holding on to a win to close out the game. I think it was really important for those players to come on and make sure that they finish the game. It's not just they don't just come on just to stall or anything. They're coming out to close it out. And we even created a few chances towards, the last final minute. So I think it's really credit to the players who subbed on. They really made an impact, whether they came on, in the 65th minute or, close to 10 minutes left. So I want to tip my hat to them because every player is important from player 1 to player 20 here. So
Thank you.
All right, guys, we'll wrap up with this one. We'll be right back with Delanie. Hi, everyone. We're joined here by Delanie Sheehan. I'll go ahead and kick things off, and then we'll turn it over to questions. Delanie, we'll just start with opening remarks following today's match here against Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, it felt really good to get our first win of the season. things are clicking for us. So it was a great game.
For that, we'll go straight to questions. Dustin, go ahead.
Hey, Delanie, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Hey, you came off the bench with Evelina and Maggie there. What was the message from Fabrice and you guys scoring straight away? You know, how'd that happen for you guys?
Yeah, something that he said to me right before we went in was that we just need to clean up the details in the final third. And so I kind of went in with that focus, and our possession was pretty good all game. So it was just that last piece we were missing. And I think we all tried to do that once we got in there.
And just getting Fabrice's first win, first win as a coach in NWSL, how does that feel for you guys to be able to do that?
Yeah, it's great for the team and it's great for him. It's a really good reflection on what we've done so far this preseason and leading into this game. So it just feels really good to get rewarded for the work that we've done.
Thanks, Delanie. Safe travels back.
Thank you.
Juan, go ahead.
Hello. Just a quick question here. Obviously, when you came in, the style of play was a little bit harder to implement because of the rain and the conditions. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on how your style of play or the team's style of play translated onto the field today.
Yeah, I mean, I think you saw it for both teams. There was a couple of mistakes on both sides, so it's a little bit hard to implement what you want to do on that pitch. But I think we tried to stick to our game plan. We kept playing the way we wanted to play, but the difference is that you don't play with those second balls and you just kind of get it out. So I think we made that adjustment second half, and we really focused on not overplaying in the back. So yeah.
My last question here, Maggie Graham, obviously 2 goals, 2 matches. Can you just kind of highlight the work she's maybe been putting off the field and also on the field to kind of give her the moment in the spotlight like this?
Yeah, I mean, she's done everything asked of her. She's played in multiple positions throughout preseason, and I think that's really helped her stay ready for when she gets her chance to just come in and make the impact that she can.
Thank you.
Of course, thank you.
All right, guys, we'll wrap up with this. We'll be right back with Fabrice. Everyone, we're here joined by Houston Dash head coach Fabrice Gautrat. I'll go ahead and kick things off, and then we'll open it up to questions here on Zoom. Fabrice, first, congratulations on the victory. We'll just start with the opening remarks following today's game here against Chicago.
Yeah, look, obviously we're very excited. It's a very tough place to play. Obviously conditions weren't ideal, but overall I think it was a solid team performance. Still think we could have played at a little bit of a higher tempo, but overall good to get our first win and start getting a little more belief in terms of what we're doing.
Thank you for that. We'll start with questions. Juan, go ahead.
Hello, Fabrice. Obviously you just mentioned it. The speed, the tempo wasn't quite there where you wanted it, but something that surprised me was that the level stayed the same when the subs came in. So can you, maybe talk a little bit about, maybe why you made those subs and why they work so well?
Yeah, I mean, we preached this from day one. I think one of our greatest strengths is our depth. And so the expectation is when they come, they change the game. And so you're seeing that. You're seeing that the last 2 games, the last 60 minutes, when we make those first rotations, the game actually picks up. It's not even that they don't keep up, they actually pick up the tempo. And as you saw, I think it was the first minute, all 3 of them touched the ball and we scored. So yeah, I mean, that's a big MO and that's a big strength of ours. So that doesn't change, and anyone can start on any given day, which just shows how competitive the group is.
And obviously your first win as head coach of the Dash. A couple of the players mentioned that you weren't going to make a very big deal about it, but just wanted to kind of hear your thoughts on, your feelings regarding this milestone for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good feeling for sure. I'm always thinking, okay, well, what's next, or how could we have done better? But yeah, I think it's always good to get, I think, more just the results reflecting the performance that you have. I think the first goal we were a little bit, I don't know if the word is naive, but yeah, I think we got caught off. But I love the response, and we didn't change in terms of what we were trying to do. So overall, decent.
Thank you.
Dustin, go ahead.
Hey, Fabrice. Congrats
Hey, how
on
you
the
doing?
win.
Thank you.
Just wanted to get your thoughts on Paige. She scores the goal just like 2 minutes after you guys concede, after a little bit of mix up in the back. What does that say about the leadership that Paige has and that you guys have as a team?
Yeah, look, I think it says a lot. I think Paige's response, especially what happened, is a really positive one. And yeah, I mean, it just shows that there's a belief, regardless of what happens, we're going to keep moving forward. And that was a big message for us pre-game, is just, okay, let's make sure that belief continues, right? Let's make sure the behaviors start reflecting a little more of who we are. So yeah, it says a lot, speaks volumes.
Sorry, just one more for me. And you talked about who you guys are. What does this win, this improved play for you guys? What does this say to the team and to the rest of the league now that what the Houston Dash are?
I mean, it's still early, but I always think, you know, culture drives performance and then performance drives results. What I'm pleased with is there was a really good performance overall. Yes, things could have been better, and you're kind of getting compensated for it. So if anything, you know, these, even like the second half of last game, like all these kind of mini victories are really important for us to move forward and build belief, because it's football is one thing, 100%. That's going to keep getting better, but that conviction and that belief is really, really important of high level teams. And so I think getting the result and the performance is a good step in the right direction.
Thanks, Fabrice. Safe travels.
Thank you.
Thanks for jumping on, guys. We'll have this and additional items available later today.